Imagine being forced to choose between imagine between keeping your job. I got this. Imagine being forced to choose between keeping your job or ensuring your child has safe, reliable care. For millions of working parents, this isn't just a dilemma, it's reality. And as childcare costs soar, and as the workforce demand grows, the question becomes clear. Should employers be required by law to provide childcare?
One major benefit of employer-provided childcare is better employee retention and reduced absenteeism. For example, Red Rooster Coffee saw an employee return after quitting just because they offered subsidized on-site care. As one article put it, what helped? The employer offered subsidized on-site childcare. And it's not just small businesses. UPS also uses backup care programs to help keep parents at work. Many parents have shared that it helped them avoid missing work, including other benefits. Clearly, childcare isn't just a perk. It also helps businesses keep great workers and keeps parents employed.
But not everyone agrees that employers should be required to step in. Some argue that rising childcare costs comes from inflation, not policy gaps. Since 1990, costs have grown twice as fast as inflation. And while the median childcare worker makes around $30,000 a year, opening up a new center can cost up to $1 million, a steep price for small businesses. Opponents say that mandating employers to provide childcare can worsen the problem, and that a better route would be supporting an innovation and flexibility in the market.
Now let's talk about families. For many, childcare costs more than rent, groceries, and transportation combined. This forces parents, especially moms, to choose between work or caregiving. Studies show that lack of childcare can be a major barrier to workforce participation. But reliable care also benefits kids. Research by Cholette along with other authors show that kids in higher quality care programs have stronger language and social skills. Without access, families rely on lower quality or unstable care, which can affect a child's emotional well-being.
Are you sure?
So by supporting parents, we're also supporting the next generation.
Oh, dear son of mine, why don't you tell the viewers about how U.S. childcare increases productivity and loyalty?
Clearly, you've never owned an air fryer.
All right, Dad. On the flip side, providing childcare can actually boost business outcomes. Research shows that companies offering childcare benefits can see up to 20% less absenteeism. It's simple. When parents aren't stressed about care, they show up and stay focused. That builds loyalty and morale. Employees feel supported and they stick around longer. While it's a cost up front, the return can be a more stable and productive workforce.
To get a better understanding on how flexible childcare affects workers and businesses, I'd like to conduct a small-scale study. I survey working parents and their employers, some with childcare support and some without, to get a better understanding on how availability affects job stability, stress, and performance. I like to ask 3 questions. First, do parents with flexible care feel more secure in their jobs? Second, are they more consistent at their work? And the last question, do businesses notice lower turnover or absenteeism? Of course, there would be follow-up interviews, which would give us a deeper insight on how this affects real daily work life. Although this isn't a large-scale study, it could reveal real patterns, which could give us a better understanding on how care access affects both people and productivity.
Still, there are real concerns, especially for small businesses. Providing on-site care or even subsidies can be expensive. As Fisher points out, some businesses may struggle to absorb the additional costs. These costs could mean fewer hires, less growth, and cutting off other benefits. So while the idea may work for bigger companies, a one-size-fits-all mandate could cause problems for smaller companies trying to stay afloat. This research matters because it affects everyone, not just parents. Childcare access supports employee well-being, boosts workforce participation, and reduces turnover. So, when parents feel supported, it benefits the entire economy. And when kids get quality early education, they are better prepared for school and life. That's why exploring better systems, whether it be through employers, government, or partnerships, is essential.
So, should employers be required to provide childcare? There is no simple answer. While yes, it could help families and businesses thrive, it could also put pressure on employers with smaller businesses. Ultimately, the goal isn't just childcare access. It's also creating policies that balance business sustainability with family support. So when we get the balance right, we don't just help parents. We invest in a stronger, more equitable future for everyone.
King supported!
$3,000 a year.
Why don't you tell the viewers how
A one-size-fits-all mandate can create small problems for small businesses. Can create small problems? I had that shit. I would have been.